Welcome to a special Harsh Reality broadcast on the 23rd of October 2013. I'm calling this a special presentation because I think finally the British public are waking up. I've now put on the screen the Telegraph and it has a headline, Fed likely to delay taper after disappointing US job data. Stock markets rise as investors bet that the Federal Reserve will keep on buying bonds at the rate of $85 billion a month until next year. Now that's quite frightening because it's really bad news, yet the markets rise. It is so irrational and the markets will crash with an almighty thump. This cannot continue. It's an illusion. It's false. But the markets continue to rise. Well, I'll tell you now, they will crash. Now, we've got 27 comments so far on this article and it's rated in best order. And what I'd like to do is just show you the top comments. And this is now the mindset of the UK. I used to be quite alone in my viewpoint. People are now coming round to it, and I'm just going to show you now some of the comments. Here's one. It's QE to infinity, folks. Stock up on gold and silver because when it ends, and it will have to one day, the metals will go through the roof. Quite right. And the response to that was, do not forget supplies of food, water, candles and gas. There is no point in buying gold if you're forced to trade it for food at the first opportunity because all the supermarket shelves are empty and you're starving to death. Too many people live hand-to-mouth existence and it will be a lack of food more than anything else that will pose the greatest danger to most. This will be like the collapse of the USSR, but with one important exception. The USSR had always been crap at managing its own economy, and many Russian people grew their own food because markets were so unreliable. Because of this, food wasn't such a big issue when the ruble imploded. Brits and many mainland Europeans are not quite so prepared. So true. We have been relying on supermarkets and I think there could be problems with supply when things get chaotic. Just to show a few more comments. Oliver Jones here. Indeed, Mike Maloney has an excellent presentation on this topic at 90 minutes long and squeezes in a lot of detail. It was made 2 years ago. All the fundamentals he discusses then are still valid and debt levels have gone ballistic since then. It's true, and if you look at the rest of these comments you'll see that they're all similar, and these are the top comments from the newspaper. Here's another one. The Fed cannot taper. The US is screwed, same as most of the Western world. UK, Japan 80% or the Eurozone. Nobody is living within their means. This is a game of can kicking which will end in a complete mess. If anything, the Fed will increase QE. Well, that's what I've been saying, and I've been looking at these comments and most of them are the same. These are top comments now from people in the UK. We are finally waking up. When I was putting my comments a few years ago, I was out of sync with the main thought processes from people. Things are changing, people are waking up, and I'm glad to see this, and it'll be very interesting now to see how things unfold. Thank you for listening, and I've called this a special presentation because this caught my eye and I'm absolutely convinced now people are starting to wake up.